Hello, everyone, and thank you so much for joining us. My name is Terra Reneau. I'm an ethnobotanist and clinical herbalist working with Asili Research Alliance. I'm a recent graduate of UC Berkeley, and my work there focused on developing new methods of collaborative plant-based research with California Native tribal communities. So a little bit about Asili Research Alliance. Asili, which means nature or source in Swahili, is a nonprofit organization working to enable people with life-threatening diseases in East Africa to live healthier, more productive lives. Asili was co-founded in 2018 by our research director, Justin Amalo, a Tanzanian organic chemist, David Scheinman, who lived in Tanzania and worked 20 years in development, and our executive director, Jennifer Wolf, a returned Peace Corps volunteer who lived and worked in Tanzania for 3 years. Asili was created in an attempt to bridge the gaps in adherence to antiretrovirals by giving people with HIV an alternative when they cannot access or choose not to use Western medication. We do this by making a plant-based treatment for HIV available that has been tested and found to be both safe and effective against the HIV virus and opportunistic infection. Thousands of people have benefited from using it. We also work with traditional healers to test new possibilities to treat HIV and other diseases. So what is the global COVID-19 medicinal plant project? Well, the project is a study that aims to demonstrate the diversity of responses and plant-based therapies currently used in different countries around the world for the treatment and management of SARS-CoV-2 or COVID-19. People may participate in the study by filling out an online questionnaire on our website, and the results from that study will then be compiled into an open access academic research paper that we plan to fast track with a prominent ethnobotany journal at the beginning of 2021. So how did this project come about? Well, like many others at the start of the pandemic, we wanted to contribute in a way which felt meaningful. Unfortunately, the infectious nature of this virus, coupled with restrictions on mobility, created barriers to our reaching those goals. Asili began discussing these challenges, and we decided to reposition these limitations as an opportunity to connect people around the world with something that we care deeply about, the importance of plant-based medicine. Talking with colleagues around the world, we discovered that there were many plant-based formulas being used to either prevent or treat COVID-19. So why is COVID-19 more prevalent in some countries? Is it due to testing and reporting, climate, or does it have something to do with diet and the use of herbal medicine? Some questions that we hope to answer with this study include how widely are plant-based medicines being used to manage COVID-19? Do these treatments impact infection statistics? And what kind of similarities might we find between the plants being used for management of the virus? While COVID-19 has revealed the interconnectedness as a human family, it has equally illuminated the inequalities that exist in our collective healthcare systems. We know that millions of people around the world rely on plant-based medicine as their primary source of healthcare. Additionally, many of biomedicine's life-saving pharmaceuticals are derived from plants or modeled on their chemical structures. In the United States alone, about 118 of the top 150 prescription drugs are based on natural sources, many of these plants and fungi. So what are our larger goals and why is this project important? Well, there are a few, and I will give you a couple of them. One is representing non-Western medical perspectives. So throughout the pandemic, we've all watched the pharmaceutical industry rush to create a vaccine for COVID-19. Working globally, however, we witnessed an equally powerful movement in non-Western countries to develop their own regional standards of care that included herbal formulas and plant-based treatments. We wanted to see if it was possible to amplify these perspectives and to afford them the same consideration that we would for Western biomedicine. The second goal is shifting perspectives on herbal medicine within modernity. Though the plants themselves are important, we are also interested in how these plant treatment developments are taking place. In the field of ethnobotany, we've gleaned a tremendous amount of botanical knowledge, but have largely done so from a historic perspective, a positionality that has remained a problematic trope in the discipline and for the communities that practice traditional systems of medicine. The novelty of the virus and the creation of new treatments allows us to respect the ingenuity and adaptability of plant-human relationships as a dynamic modern science that is unfolding in a contemporary present as opposed to a historical past. And the third goal is increased authorship inclusivity. A cornerstone of this project has always been the collaborative nature of the work. What we're offering with the Medicinal Plant Project is an opportunity for co-authorship to anyone that can fully contribute for their region or area of expertise. Now, this might not be that unusual from a clinical research perspective, but is far less common to combine primary source authorship alongside Western scholarship within the same academic publication. We view this project as an opportunity to expand upon our scientific models towards more inclusive, collaborative research methods in the future. So who can participate in this research, and how are we doing outreach and getting contributors and co-authors? Well, anyone with knowledge of plant-based treatments being used or studied within a particular region for the prevention and treatment of COVID-19 may contribute. These include medical doctors, researchers, clinicians, ethnobotanists, also herbal practitioners, traditional healers, and lay people with specialized plant knowledge that are trusted to treat family and community members. On the right-hand side of the screen, you can see a copy of our online questionnaire that we created as a guide for constructing these narratives. Insofar as outreach, this is an aspect of the study which is still unfolding. We began by reaching out to colleagues around the world and have received a wonderful response so far. We're currently collaborating with prominent international contributors from regions in Peru, India, Africa, the United States, and elsewhere. So what are the challenges of this work, and how are we working to address those? Well, as you might imagine, there can be challenges when constructing a project of this scope. We have made every effort to provide transparency and to address those questions which we feel are the most salient. Addressing concerns around information sharing is something we feel is important, as the ability for us all to feel safe exchanging knowledge is critical for the success of this project. We want all collaborators to feel secure sharing information, to know how their data is being protected, and that they understand the limits of how their information can be used in the future. We are clear that this publication is for academic purposes only, and our project is in compliance with the International Society of Ethnobiology Code of Ethics. We include an IPR statement and an informed consent form. We also have an access and benefit sharing agreement as defined by the Convention on Biological Diversity and the Nagoya Protocol. And this protocol does cover traditional knowledge associated with genetic resources and any benefits that would arise from its utilization. One additional challenge that we're having are language barriers, of course. This is a global project. It's global in nature, and we're aiming for the greatest inclusivity possible. We currently have translations underway in both Spanish and French, and would welcome working with anyone who would like to contribute to this research by offering translation services for their region of expertise or for their community. So while some information might be more difficult to get, we have found that there is in fact quite a lot of botanical information exchange in some countries. Plant-based traditional systems such as TCM and Ayurveda, which have written records dating back thousands of years, both readily share herbal information and even promote plant-based formulas at the national level. We found this to be the case in India, where botanical information is widely distributed and promoted by the Ministry of Ayush. And we found similar perspectives in China, where dozens of TCM formulas are currently being studied or widely utilized to address COVID-19 symptoms as they pertain to the framework of their unique diagnostic system. On the right, you can see examples of herbal information that is being promoted in India. And on the left is a page taken from a diagnostic protocol for COVID-19 issued by the Office of the State Administration of TCM and the General Office of the National Health Commission in China. So my colleagues and I at Asili thank you so much for your time, and we would welcome the opportunity to speak with you further. We hope that you may be inspired to share this project with others, or perhaps get involved yourselves. You can contact us about the project directly through project@asiliresearchalliance.org, or you can visit our website, www.asiliresearchalliance.org, where we have a project page that you can learn more about the study and how to get involved. And in closing, although we do recognize what a challenging time this is for all of us, we are also hopeful about the kinds of global collaborations that might be possible and the potential impact that we could have on the COVID-19 pandemic if we all work together. Thank you so much.